What if the Celtics just uncovered a piece that could quietly reshape the entire season? This is not hype. This is a real shift happening inside the rotation. And it started on a night when Boston crushed Washington with pace, precision, and something far more intriguing. A young forward stepped into the spotlight, changed the tone of the game, and raised one question the league may not be ready to answer. The blowout win over Washington looked routine at first glance, yet the details revealed something deeper. Without Jaylen Brown on the floor, Boston did not just survive. They played with a rhythm that stunned the Wizards. Derek White attacked every possession with purpose, stacking points, assists, and momentum with ease. But the real twist came when Jordan Walsh delivered the most polished stretch of his career, turning a quiet opportunity into a statement that demands attention. Walsh's 22-point performance was not just efficient, it was flawless. He attacked closeouts with confidence, finished plays that he once struggled with, and dominated an entire quarter with the calm of a veteran. The numbers tell one story, but the way he played tells another. He moved like he finally understood the pace of NBA basketball, like the game slowed down for him at the perfect moment. And then came the surprising admission that changed the tone of the night. After the win, Walsh insisted he barely notices his offensive moments, claiming he forgets every basket because his mind is locked on defense. That mentality has become his signature, and the Celtics are leaning into it. He defended Chris Middleton with physicality, jumped passing lanes, and battled through screens as if every possession mattered. Joe Mazzulla noticed it. His teammates noticed it. And now the numbers confirm that this rise did not come from nowhere. It came from hours of unseen work. Boston does not need Walsh to be a star. They need him to be stable. With Neemias Queta improving at center and Jason Tatum still managing his status, this rise matters more than it seems. Walsh gives the Celtics another wing with size, speed, and defensive instinct, adding layers to a roster built for deep playoff runs. This is how seasons stay on track through injuries, travel stretches, and the grind that breaks weaker teams. And still, the story is only beginning to unfold. What if the next major Celtics trade is already unfolding behind the scenes, and no one realizes how big it could be? The situation escalated the moment the Clippers collapsed into dysfunction, opening a door that Boston might be preparing to walk through faster than expected. This story affects the roster, the cap sheet, and the entire playoff outlook, and every indicator suggests the clock is ticking right now. The Clippers are sinking at a shocking pace, dropping to 6-16 while losing stability on and off the court. Chris Paul's already gone. The locker room feels fractured, and one player continues to rise above the mess. Ivica Zubac is averaging strong numbers, dominating the interior and forcing the league to reconsider his value. His performance has turned a fading season into a trade market drama. Reports indicate contenders have circled his name, and Boston appears near the top of that list. Insider Brett Siegel highlighted the Celtics as a potential landing spot once Tatum is fully back. The possibility grew louder when a proposed framework surfaced, suggesting a deal that includes Zubac and Derek Jones Jr. in exchange for Anthony Simons and draft pick. Suddenly, what seemed theoretical now feels tangible. Zubac handles 30 minutes against elite frontcourts with confidence. He finishes efficiently through contact, rebounds at a high level, and provides a defensive anchor that stabilizes possession. Adding Derek Jones Jr. only strengthens the pitch. His switchable defense and scoring efficiency match the system. He can guard wings, contest drives, and instantly slot into Boston's rotation during heavy matchup. Financially, the trade benefits Boston in subtle ways. Swapping Simons for Zubac drops salary and moves the team closer to the tax line and away from future repeater penalty. This is the type of move that balances competitive goals with cap stability. Ownership has emphasized long-term sustainability, and positioning below key thresholds opens paths to future addition. So the real question becomes simple. Should the Celtics strike now before other contenders step in, or wait and risk losing leverage in a market that changes overnight? This deal might shape the identity of the team heading into the post. Boston sits at 14-9, far steadier than analysts predicted. They have grit, structure, and surprising depth. No storyline has shaped this season more than Keita's rise. He has transitioned from insurance to impact starter, changing the tone of this entire roster. But now, the debate begins. Can he anchor a future title core? Or should Boston still explore a higher ceiling option? Reports point to Walker Kessler as a target worth monitoring. His skill set fits Joe Mazzulla's system with elite rim protection, strong rebounding, and versatility in defensive scheme. Before his injury, he looked ready to jump into the next tier of big men, and his contract situation matters. Restricted free agency off an injury often suppresses value, opening a rare window Boston could exploit. Keita's impact has altered the internal calculus. He brings rim protection, efficient finishing, and smart reads in the short roll. He has built chemistry with the guards and earned trust from the coaching staff. What Boston needed was stability at the 5, and he delivered exactly that. Suddenly, the franchise is choosing from strength instead of reacting to weakness. That shift carries weight. Faval's proposal works because it assumes no pressure. Utah will want picks, young players, or assets aligned with a rebuild. Boston can test the market in restricted free agency, but if the price climbs, they can walk away without hesitation. That freedom exists because Keita raised the floor of the roster and removed urgency from the center position. This is a luxury Boston rarely has. So here is the real question. Should Boston double down on Keita's rise and trust the growth already happening, or take a calculated swing on Kessler before the market spikes? This decision could shape the next title run more than any other move this season. Let me know in the comments which path you believe gives the Celtics the best shot at another banner, and stay tuned because the front court debate is only getting started. The controversy exploded when Josh Minott looked reporters in the eye and said the officiating has failed to evolve along with the Celtics. He argued that missed calls keep piling up, pushing him into. The breaking point came during the game against the Knicks. Minott was hit with a reach-in foul on Josh Hart, a call he insisted was completely off the mark.
Being, not a name brand player in this league, sure, you can get it on video too. I don't care. So this is the ultra slow-mo. Look at Kelly Oubre. Tell me how I'm supposed to finish that one. There's not a single one. 450 players in this league. Nobody's finishing that one.
And
no critique to her. We're all human though. I understand that, refs, they're gonna...
The twist came when Hart himself allegedly confirmed it. According to Minott, Hart told him it was a horrible call. This moment lit the fuse because it suggested the issue was not just frustration, but something deeper in the referee-player dynamics. Minott told reporters he could make a full mixtape of questionable calls. He mentioned contact with Kelly Oubre in a game against the 76ers, a play he claims is the perfect example of how he gets judged differently. His argument is simple. Lower-tier players do not get the same space, respect, or whistle control stars receive. The league denies imbalance, but Minott insists the film tells another story. The league has always insisted on human error, not bias. Minott acknowledged this, but said the pattern hits him harder because he's not a brand-name player. The idea that the badge of stardom shields some while exposing others is not new. But hearing it from a current Celtic gives the topic a fresh and uncomfortable edge, and it raises a tough question. How many players feel the same, but stay silent? The controversy leaves Boston with one pivotal question. Is Josh Minott exposing a flaw that affects every role player in the NBA? Or is he risking his place by challenging a system that does not forgive dissent? The answer will shape debates far beyond this season. Now, I want to hear from you. Do the Celtics need to publicly defend Minott, or should they stay silent and avoid friction with the league? Your take might be the real headline.